Hey everybody, Mark Herman, aka LA Bengals fan on most of the major platforms, and I'm joined here by superfan Devin Circus and superfan Riley Goldman, and this is the Week 1 recap of Jungle Talk. Yeah, and first things first, we have a new tradition. We were blowing the duck horn, but we're switching now. So because we won, we will be joined by JJBBH, which is the Jumbo Joe Burrow bobblehead. All right, so there we are. He'll be joining us. And Joe, did we get lucky to win that game? Yes, we did. We got very lucky. But everybody, I haven't figured out a way to get him to take a shot. But everybody, hold up, and Riley can join us now. Does everybody know
Finally.
Riley
Oh,
can
that's right.
easily join us? I saw him.
Congrats, Riley.
So here
Thank
we
you.
go, everybody. Today.
Today.
Okay.
All
Riley,
right, so.
what did I buy? What shot did I buy you for your birthday?
I had a that was
No. On his birthday, I sent his dad $15 to buy him a shot. They were in Italy.
I think
So what did
I
you
think
get?
that was tequila with lemon.
Perfect. Lemon.
tequila is enjoyed the way I just drank it. Okay,
That's what I
straight
got.
up or with the Cuba Ice, high
What do you
end
got?
tequila.
What do you got, Mark? What
That
kind
was Don Julio 70. And I'll probably finish the day out with I got another bottle in Sincoro. So you
Oh,
turned me on to
that's
that,
the
and
one I told you
I
about.
do like it a lot. So
That's great. I'm going. I got a G4 Reposado today.
oh, nice. I have a G4. Did you get that at Costco?
It's a local booze
No,
store.
they had G4. They had G4 at Costco. I bought a
Oh
bottle.
wow.
Yeah. So I just added that to the stable. I've got about 30. When you're in town, we'll have to get together. I got about 30 all high-end tequilas.
Love it.
And I've got ones that you can only get in Mexico. But let's get back to this. So if before we get started, if you don't subscribe, please subscribe. It's all we ask. Just support the channel. Show by fans, for fans. So hit the subscribe button, hit the bell. We do previews, we do recaps right after. So support it. And Riley, you want to push your Twitter there?
Yeah, at sportsball with three L's, haven't posted on a minute. Been, working mostly on the photography side for the Instagram, Riley G underscore photos. It's a whole mix of stuff and, just busy at college.
Excellent. So here we go. Let's jump into this one. It was kind of the first half was what I kind of expected. They were going to try to keep Joe on the sidelines. They did a really good job of that. They won time of possession, and we had basically three possessions. We scored two touchdowns. I mean, but we got to be able to get off the field better. Situational football. We can't have that one drive that took like 9 minutes and 50 seconds. It was like 30 minutes of life. It was, you just can't, you could see Joe frustrated. So,
I will say a couple of those penalties were garbage.
oh, I will.
I think we drew four significant penalties.
Yeah.
I thought at least two, maybe even three of them were garbage calls.
The DJ Turner I thought was really ticky tacky, and there was another one that
The
was
one over the middle, whoever drew the illegal contact over the middle was garbage. And the one they called a hook on the pass interference, I thought was garbage.
Yeah.
That was a hook.
Yeah, no, they were definitely aided, but I'm not going to blame refs. I'm not going to.
No.
We did everything we could to not win this game. I don't want to be negative, but I mean, they make their extra point and field goal. We don't win this game. The Browns helped us out tremendously. So,
I mean,
were we lucky, Joe? Yes, we were lucky. Okay.
Obviously, we got lucky. I'm very curious to hear what your guys' thoughts are on the defense. But the bottom line is the two turnovers they handed to us, the missed field goal they handed to us. So that's three drives that they very easily could have scored. And obviously, the extra point was a huge gift too. There's, I don't know. I'm curious. I know we'll get into it. I'm curious your thoughts on it. You know what, Mark? Unless you got an agenda, that's probably the topic of the day.
Let's talk about it right now.
I'm curious your guys' thoughts on the defense. It was to go, the line with Lou Anarama was always bend but don't break. I think today took that to whole new levels. The one thing that concerned me, and I was texting with Jake about it. He can't be here because he's busy with Chad Ochocinco right now. They're literally hanging out watching the game together.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Rough life.
The middle of the field was so ridiculously wide open, not the whole game. And my question to Jake on that is that poor play from the linebackers, or is that just a bad scheme? And his comment was pretty funny. Got a lot. They're hanging out at the DK Sportsbook with his whole BR betting team.
Right.
He's working and watching games. He's like, too much going on. I really can't tell. He'll dive into it. But, I don't. The middle of the field was wide open.
Yeah, that rookie tight end of theirs had they fed him often, and he made some great catches.
Yeah.
There was that drive in the second half that we were aided by 2 drop balls. They should have kept that drive going.
That was the one. Yeah, that was the one I was talking about.
Oh.
The 2 turnovers in that one. They dropped on 3rd and 4th.
The interceptions I'm going to give to our defense because they were athletic plays. Golden pushed it. Battle made a great play. DJ Turner made those were those aren't really on Flacco. They throw the ball low and the Browns receivers tipped him up and our guys made plays on him.
And that's why I went that yes, they were both great plays, but they were both handed to us. We didn't earn. I mean, look, they earned the interception on the bobble, but when a receiver bobbles the ball to a DB, I mean, incredibly fortunate. Yes, look, you're going to get breaks. You're going to make breaks in a football game in 60 minutes of a football game. And in the grand scheme of things, it was great to come up with those because if you don't, who knows what happens. But the defense did not make enough plays today to stop the Browns.
But in defense, they did hold the Browns. We were not gashed by the run today. Okay.
100%.
And they did,
100%.
even if they make the extra point and the field goal, the defense only gave up 20 points. This game, if we had lost it, would have been on the offense. I mean, those 3 straight sacks, where Burrow, the one
2
where
were on Burrow.
Yeah.
2nd and 3rd down are 100% on Burrow.
One where he jumped out of the end zone, he had Jamar Chase. Right. He had Jamar Chase 5 to 7 yards in front of him with nobody there. He could.
I didn't see that. He could have easily rolled right too and had a ton of more time.
But when he stepped forward, before he jumps forward, he could have just dumped it to Jamar Chase. We had the ball at the 10-yard line. I mean, it was just. He wasn't comfortable today. You could tell. We have our issues with the Browns. I mean, let's give the Browns credit. Their defense kept a high-powered offense in check the whole game. They held the ball. They got the critical first conversions that they needed, and that's what we need to clean up. Is we can't have 6 or 7 possessions at a game.
100%.
And
the tackling was very, very up and down. There was some bad tackling, but also some very good tackling. Oh my God, I'm blanking on his name. The new linebacker, Oren Burks. What the heck's his name?
Which one? Demetrius Knight or
the free agent signing from Philly?
Burks.
Burks, right?
Yeah, Burks.
He had a phenomenal tackle on that swing pass that could have been a big play. Didn't hear Demetrius Knight's name called a lot, but his box score looks great. He had one big play, I remember. So, look, if your linebacker is making a lot of tackles, it's a hell of a lot better than your safety's making a lot of tackles. Yeah. So, that's a deep dive on film on people smarter than me, but it's good to see him up there. Jordan Battle did lead the team in tackles, which is not a good sign. But look, they threw the ball, 45 times? So that's going to happen. Yeah.
Well, and who was Jordan Battle covering? Tight ends.
Was he on the tight end? Okay.
So, yeah.
I mean, it looked like in terms of leaving the middle of the field open, it was kind of more the scheme to allow that. It looked like we dropped the linebackers into coverage a lot of the time and following either the tight end or the slot receivers. So, I mean, it looked like it was planned. It gashed us all the way. I mean, those long drives just absolutely killed the clock. So I don't know if that needs to change or they just have to get better at it since it is, week 1 in a new scheme. But everything that hurt us last year, which was pretty much deep balls down the side, and then the run game looked to be way improved this year with the new scheme.
That's a great
point, we're giving up the middle of the field, which we were pretty good at last year for, covering 2 of the 3 areas, I would say, in defense better than we did. So, I mean, it's a work in progress, but, it's better than we had last year.
Yes. Oh, and it's got room to get better. That's 100%. The thing. The stuff where we lacked is correctable. So, I was, and I want to point out the drive in the third quarter coming out of half, Logan Wilson goes into the concussion
Yeah,
protocol
Right.
and he's
yeah,
not in. And if you look at the stats between Knight and Logan Wilson today, they made a lot of tackles. I mean, we are vastly improved. Logan's
Yeah.
back and they're vastly improved on the in the linebacker room.
yep,
So, I look for better things. And like I said, great point by Riley. I mean, yeah, the areas we got gashed in last year look vastly improved. They
yep.
really do. So, but and I don't want to be too negative. Like I said, I think I'm giving credit to the Browns that they were able to get our offense that rattled. Our offensive line on the first drive, we were
Phenomenal.
opening up holes.
Absolutely phenomenal.
And then we went away from the run. We instead of trying to in the second half, and this is on the coaches, not on the players. In the second half, why do we still try to run between the tackles when they clearly had made an adjustment at halftime to take that away? So why aren't we trying to bounce chase out? Not one time did we try to throw a screen pass. When they're
Yeah.
coming at us quickly, why wasn't there a screen pass to P. Ryan or Chase Brown? We didn't do I think what they're gonna watch that and they're gonna say, "Hey, we had opportunities to do something other than what we were doing."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that kept the game close. What did we do when we were trying to get one first down and end the game? Chase Brown between the tackles. Why aren't we bouncing it out and having him slide down on the ground before he gets to the sideline? Just so.
I mean,
I don't want to complain too much because this is a W. And I,
yeah.
I sat there pacing in front of my TV, going, all I ask for, my birthday is next week, okay? And my birthday is kind of between week one and week two. Now, I've had opening day games on my birthday where I haven't got the win. I sat here and I said, I just want to be 2-0. I want to be 2-0. Why can't you give me this? And we were sitting there, even at the end of the game, I told Riley, do you know when we punted the ball? I can't remember who it was, but our DB covering on the punt,
Oh
let
my
that
God.
extra bounce go. If that like caroms the other way, they get it at the 20. It's a
I
completely different
texted I
scenario.
texted Jake on that. I saw the same thing. I texted Jake. I'm like, we really
Oh,
almost gave up a touchback because the 2 yard line wasn't good enough.
right, right.
Mhm.
He could have just stopped it at like in between the two and the three. He let the bounce hit so it caromed up to him and he could set it at the
He
one.
almost backed up into the end zone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was watching his
Yeah.
feet. I was going, "Oh my gosh, that's the kind of stuff that just ages me," because it's little stuff like that is how we lost games last year.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I
Absolutely.
just don't like to see that. But this listen, it's a W. It's a ugly
W.
W. It's probably just like we lost a lot of games last year on penalties that were called against us or not called on our behalf last year. Just when we lost those games, we didn't get any breaks. So I'll take this. This is a break. The
It's a
Browns,
W in
This is it.
Cleveland, which we haven't had with much of in the Burrow era. So
yeah,
I'll take not just being 1-0, but 1-0 while being 1-0 in Cleveland.
yeah,
Yeah, and go back to all the losses last year. Kansas City, New England, San Diego. They're not San Diego, but
well,
whatever.
yeah, but yeah,
Um,
they'll always be San Diego to me. I'm sorry.
both Baltimores, and that's just off the top of my head. By
No
one
call on the
possession,
Burrow face
one play.
mask. Yeah,
Yeah,
they
by
fear some
one
missed field
play
goals.
or
Yeah,
or one. And today we got every break.
yeah,
The two drops on third and fourth, the missed extra point, the missed field goal, the two interceptions. We got every freaking. I mean, shit.
yeah.
Jamar and T combined for 5 receptions for 61 yards.
Yeah, no, they killed a couple.
Freaking won a road divisional game.
Yeah, no. We'll look for them to get on track next week. That's our home opener against Jacksonville. Jacksonville won today. Much rather get a team off a win than a loss.
Mhm.
So I'm really, I wasn't upset to see Jacksonville win. Like I said, teams just come out with more intensity to not go 0-2. So I'd rather take a team
Yeah.
1-1 who says, well, it was a road game against a high-powered offense. They could fully rationalize,
Yeah.
not winning. So I
One
think we're in good shape. Go ahead.
one shout out I got this week is Noah Fant coming into this new offense and looking very good. I mean, his
Yeah.
his box score, I was surprised it was only 26 yards. I
Yeah.
thought he had closer to like 40 or 50 with how many times he caught the ball and how, I mean, the touchdown was huge. I mean,
Yep.
he looked very good, and I was surprised that he was as involved in the passing game as and Gesicki wasn't. I
Yeah,
thought it was going to be
Yeah.
the other way around. I thought Fant was
Yeah.
going to be more the blocking guy, and I'm not mad about it.
No,
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 I got three texts during that game saying,
yeah.
"Wait, no offense, a Bengal that could be really good."
Yeah, no. And you know what? We didn't use him in the preseason at all. We kind of didn't tip our hand. Um, and so he came in here. I mean, the first pass of the game was to Fan to start the game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was the very first play. We didn't run, and then we're predominantly run with Chase Brown.
Yeah.
But
I mean, he led in receptions and matched Jamar for targets. If
yeah.
we're using him that much, I mean, I'd like some more yards, but I'm not, or at least more yards to somebody, because
well,
113 for Burrow's not going to do it.
no.
You're not going to
If
win
you
many
look, if
games with 113 yards.
you can read the box score. And if I told you before the game and just gave you the stats, you would swear Flacco's numbers were Burrow's. You would not think it the other way around. When you look at the not the two interceptions, but just the attempts, completions, and yards, you would swear that that was Burrow's stat line versus the
Yeah.
other one. What were Burrow's numbers at the end of the day? They're not big. They're
Oh, they were
14 for 23, 113 yards, and then a touchdown.
Wouldn't you think that would have been Flacco's numbers to
Right.
go in? If I told you the so and then Flacco was what, 25 or 35 or something?
31 for
25.
45, and then 290 with a touchdown and two picks.
Yeah. So, like I said, you would have figured those stat lines would have been reversed. You would not. So, listen, I look for Burrow to break out next week and have a
Yeah.
really good game. And hey, we could actually watch the all the blah blah, before the nighttime game, and you can watch, SVP after the game tonight, and you don't have to hear about, oh, here we are, here's Stephen A. Smith. There we are, 0-1 to start the year, same old Bengals. We are not going to hear that today. So
Hmm.
let's enjoy this. Well, the last time was 2021 when we won opening day. And that was the only win in the Zac
Minnesota,
Taylor era for an opening day win.
Minnesota, right?
So, well, hey, like they pointed out, in 2021, we went to the Super Bowl. So
There
this
you
is a good
go.
omen to start. Hey, this is, we talk about games, winning teams win the games they're supposed to win. They're not always pretty, but they win the games. This was a game we were supposed to win. We were looking at the schedule. We said this a ton of times, Devin and I. How many times did we say this? We have to start 2-0 because the real meat of the schedule. It's the soft ones for the first two to start, the soft ones to finish the year, but everything in the middle, there's a lot of meat, and this is a triple
Rough
meat
year.
sandwich.
Yeah.
There's a lot of tough games, and it starts in week 3. So, let's take care of business next week, but we're halfway home. There you go. Any other final
Okay.
comments by anybody?
No,
No. All right. Well, hey, enjoy it. Let's savor this one today. It's always I don't know about you guys. This always sets up my whole week because if we lose today, I'm in a really bad mood. Most people know. Just don't even talk to Mark till Wednesday. Just avoid him. And so people don't need to avoid me right now. We'll have a smile on my face. So once again, if you don't subscribe, please subscribe. It's all we ask. Hit the bell so you know when our videos come out, and support the channel and enjoy the rest of your Sunday, everybody. And I'm going to say, Hoo day, 1-0, Hoo day,
but
Hey.
Hoo day. Take care.